Good afternoon, dear friends. Hope audibility is there, Amma. Thank you. And we are in the discussion of first territorial states or Shodas Mahajanapadas. And as a part of that, yesterday we have discussed about just some first territorial states or Mahajanapadas. And I take only 1 minute for recapitulation of yesterday's topic, yesterday's other discussion. First, we discussed that Shodas Mahajanapadas are first territorial states. With that, of course, ancient Indian political history starts. And Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddhist work, is the first and foremost source for actually this reference of first territorial states. And we noticed that these territorial states or Mahajanapadas are having association with Buddhism. Some of them are having association with Buddhism. Some of them are having association with epic Mahabharata, and only one state having its association with both Buddhism and as well as Ramayana. And another important point, 15 Mahajanapadas were located in northern India or Uttarakhand. Only one Mahajanapada, Asmaka or Asaka, was located in this particular Deccan or beyond Vindhyas. That's the discussion. And we discussed about Asmaka or Asaka. Then we discussed about 6 Mahajanapadas, which are directly associated with Buddhism, and they are Anga, Kasi, Kosala, Magadha, Avanti, and Vatsa. And we discussed of them. Now today, rest of the Mahajanapadas we have to. As just now also I said you. So today what we are going to discuss about these Mahajanapadas, and these Janapadas, some of them are directly associated with the most famous epic of our country, Mahabharata. So start writing, of course, in this way. Start writing. So first Janapada is Kuru, of course, Kuru Mahajanapada. And just I'm typing in the chat box, go with it, Kuru, put a heading, Kuru Mahajanapada, Kuru. And what about this Kuru Mahajanapada? First, we have to notice about geographical location. This Kuru Mahajanapada was located in present-day Uttar Pradesh and Haryana, of course. That is, so take that point first, of course. Located in Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. So this is geographical information. Then what is the most important aspect actually? Kuru. See the nomenclature Kuru. What is Kuru? Of course, you have a good idea that Kurukshetra was the battlefield between Pandavas and Kauravas. That's why this particular Kuru Mahajanapada directly associated with Mahabharata. You know pretty well that Kuru clan is the most powerful clan of later Vedic times. Pandavas and Kuru tribe, Kuru race is the most powerful, and Pandavas and Kauravas are 2 clans of the Kuru race, brothers. They went for Mahabharata, and Kurukshetra was the battlefield for them. That is Kuru Mahajanapada. And what about this Kuru Mahajanapada's capital city? Kuru Mahajanapada's capital city was Ahichatra. This is one important place in Uttar Pradesh. And I don't think first year degree people, I'm sorry, and second year degree, third year degree people, if you are there in the classroom, of course, you remember when we were in the discussion of prehistoric cultures, in the discussion of later Vedic times, we have a discussion about Ahichatra. Ahichatra was supposed to be first painted graveyard site or PGW site, excavated. Can anybody remember? On the day I have taken a list of those things, Ahichatra, Atranjikera, Bhagavanpura, Sisupala Gad, Chandraketu Gad, like that, the places associated with Mahabharata, and which were called as PGW sites. We have a discussion. And now see the correlation, very beautiful correlation. One way that Ahichatra was associated with later Vedic times, painted graveyard, archaeologically, mythologically, it is associated with Mahabharata. And Kurukshetra today in Haryana is the place where this Mahabharata battle was occurred, of course, or war was fought, of course, between Pandavas and Kauravas. That's why, dear friends, particularly ancient history of India that's the beauty of ancient Indian history. That's why Indian history is always mystery. Indian history is always mystery for actually farther partners. Say what is the first line means? Kuru, put a heading, and Kuru means actually Kuru Mahajanapada, located in present day Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. This is the line. Of course, some of you are requesting me. Kuru Mahajanapada, geographical location. Kuru Mahajanapada is located in present day or no problem, Uttar Pradesh and Haryana. Now take next line, next line. Take next line, next line. Kurukshetra, Kurukshetra, within the brackets Haryana. Kurukshetra, within the brackets Haryana, was the battlefield, between Kauravas and Pandavas, in Mahabharata war. In Mahabharata war. Full stop. Its capital city was Ahitshatra. Its capital city was Ahitshatra, Uttar Pradesh. Ahitshatra. Ahitshatra. So this is the information about Kuru Mahajanapada for our exam sake, Kuru Mahajanapada. Next, what about the next very, very interesting Mahajanapada? And this is the Mahajanapada that is actually nothing but Matsya, of course, Matsya. What about Matsya? Matsya Mahajanapada was located in present, listen, I will use it. Matsya Mahajanapada was located in present day Rajasthan. That means Jaipur, because you know pretty well, there's a wonderful, almost within some hundreds of kilometers distance from Delhi. This is one important, even this way, important tourist circuit, Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, like that. So like that, this Matsya Mahajanapada was in this particular, and for this Matsya Mahajanapada, and capital city was Suntivati. It's a capital city, of course. So that's the only small information. As I said, this is the informative chapter. Most of the cases matching catching questions, and that too, these are the states mythologically associated with Mahabharata. So just make line, of course. Make line. And next heading, Matsya. Matsya Matsya Mahajanapada. Matsya Mahajanapada was located near Jaipur. Was located near Jaipur. Located near Jaipur. Full stop. It's a capital city. 1 minute. I'm sorry. It's a capital city. Viratnagar. I'm sorry. It's the capital city, Viratnagar, not Sutivati, Viratnagar. It's the capital city, Viratnagar, full stop. And just I say you one interesting story, not question area, for out of interest, of course, I'm saying. Maybe some of you know Mahabharata in your childhood, Tinkle Digest or something in books, if you have studied Amar Chitrakatha, like that comics and tales you have studied. And you know pretty well that Arjuna was the man who has changed one important, device called Matsya Yantra, which is rotating. And from seeing its image in the water, and without seeing directly, it has to be broken. Like that, Matsya Yantra, like that, you can remember. So this is a small information about Matsya Mahajanapada. Then what is the next one? Of course, Panchala. Listen, this Panchala Mahajanapada was located in Uttar Pradesh, of course, so Panchala. And maybe some of you have an idea, just there is other name for Draupadi, who was the wife of Pandavas. Draupadi, of course, you remember. And the Draupadi's other name was Panchali, because she was a princess from Panchala state, and that's why her name was Panchali, of course. And that's why, if at all, I don't think mythological question is posed for you people, of course. Draupadi of Mahabharata hailed from means this particular Panchala state. So just make a line about it. Just make a line about it and put the small heading Panchala. Panchala Mahajanapada. Panchala Mahajanapada was located in Panchala Mahajanapada was located in Uttar Pradesh. Panchala Mahajanapada was located in Uttar Pradesh. Its capital city was Ahichatra. Don't think otherwise. I will correct. Just write it. I'm sorry. Ahichatra. Its capital city was Ahichatra, UP. Then don't get a doubt. You to finish off. I will tell you. Sir, earlier you said Ahichatra. This day it seems you are in so don't think otherwise. And our director sir is also. I think he's viewing my class this day. Of course, I'm sorry because I'm the rush for second vaccination. Of course, I don't want to cancel your class. Of course, that's why I requested madam and I'm taking the class. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry just in the out of the rush for fixing the slot. So earlier you have taken Kuru Mahajanapada's capital Ahichatra. I'm sorry, for correction after. Normally I don't go for just giving mistakes. I'm sorry if I'm saying any mistake, my computer will correct me. So earlier you have taken Kuru Mahajanapada. Kuru Mahajanapada's capital was not Ahichatra. Just I'm sorry, Indraprastha. Sorry, make a correction. Please don't think otherwise. You correct. Go for a correction. Kuru Mahajanapada's capital, Indraprastha. Kuru Mahajanapada's capital, Indraprastha. Panchala's capital, Ahichatra. Indraprastha means present day Delhi. Within the brackets, Delhi. Please go for correction. Sorry this day. Normally you have experienced me. Normally I don't go for committing mistakes. This day, of course, sorry. Made corrections, ma. Once again, I'm repeating and I will go for the next. Panchala Mahajanapada's capital city, Ahichatra. Kuru Mahajanapada's capital city, Indraprastha. There is an ancient name of Delhi. Not now, it will come once again. And I will give you other names of Delhi. Okay, don't think otherwise. So this is this. And now take a line about Draupadi. Draupadi hailed from or belonged to, whatever. Draupadi hailed from Panchala state. Draupadi hailed from Panchala state. Panchala state, full stop. So this is one Mahajanapada associated with Bharata. So now we have discussed the three Mahajanapadas. First is Kuru Mahajanapada with Indraprastha as the capital in UP and Haryana. And next is actually Matsya, which is in Jaipur, Rajasthan state, and with Viratnagar at capital. And next Panchala in Uttar Pradesh with Ahichatrama. Now we are proceeding to another important Mahajanapada. But its geographical location is little bit, of course, controversial. And just listen. And in UPSC exams, no problem. There is no controversy. But in books, of course, different versions are given for this. This is Chedi Mahajanapada. So according to some scholars, Chedi means Orissa. Chedi means present day Odisha, this area. But according to this particular Shodasa Mahajanapadas and the references given by Buddhist works, because they are the first works to refer Shodasa Mahajanapadas, this particular Chedi Mahajanapada was located in Uttar Pradesh and northern parts of Madhya Pradesh. That's why listen, friends, cautiously. So Chedi means if it is a question geographically is given and states names are to be matched, then in UPSC answers, you will have UP and MP only. In some books, of course, it may be Odisha. There's a different context, and it's a controversy because certain areas even this day, though we are in 2021, of course, AD, but certain areas in ancient history are not still actually, that the problems are not solved by so many historians, though they worked very well, of course. That's why still some gaps are there to be filled in ancient India. That's why, so just if I sum up my discussion, this particular Chedi is located in UP and MP, of course. So keep the heading and take this first line. Chedi Mahajanapada was located in was located in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Full stop. Its capital city was Suntivati. Its capital city was Suntivati. Suntivati, don't think of this funnily. I'm saying not Sunti Cafe because very famous in Bangalore, na Sunti Cafe in many areas. It's not Sunti Cafe. Suntivati. Its capital city, Suntivati. Now, what about this Chedi Mahajanapada? Chedi Mahajanapada, just listen. Chedi Mahajanapada's king was none but according to Mahabharata. According to Mahabharata, Chedi Mahajanapada's king was none but Mr. Sisupala. This was the man Sisupala who challenged Mr. Krishna during Rajasuya Yaga performed by Dharmaraja. And Krishna has waited till 100 scoldings or 100 sins committed by Sisupala. And later Krishna has killed Sisupala, of course. That's why even this day, don't think otherwise. If anybody is committing mistakes and old generations is to compare them with Sisupala, let us wait his 100 sins, then he will be punished by God, means that is. But if a question is posed for you people, and then this question will be in such a way, Chedi Mahajanapada's king was Sisupala. Reversal question, Sisupala of Mahabharata was associated with which among the following Mahajanapada? And these four are given to you, Kuru, Matsya, Panchala, and this Chedi. Then you have to opt it as the Chedi. Just make a point. Sisupala, who was killed by Krishna? Who was killed by Krishna? Who was killed by Krishna was the king of Chedi state. Was the king of Chedi state. Full stop. Was the king of Chedi state. So this is. Now these are the four these Mahajanapadas associated with Bharata. Now I am coming to the most important for UPSC question area. Of course, why I am saying question area, some of you may be thinking, sir, recently we are not seeing these questions like that. I'm sorry. Always, dear friends, please keep in mind, when you are preparing for UPSC has neither a tradition nor a trend. You have to read all. You should have basic understandings. Sometimes questions may come or questions won't come. And this year question has not come, so that next year it won't come, or next year it may repeat. Like academics, no point of predictions in UPSC. And don't think otherwise. Always UPSC paper setting is very novel, of course. Here, what is this Mahajanapada? Suraseni Mahajanapada. What about this Suraseni Mahajanapada? Listen, Suraseni Mahajanapada was located in western parts of Uttar Pradesh. Listen, ma. And what was its capital city? Mathura in Uttar Pradesh. You have sporadically heard this name Mathura in contributions of Buddhism, because in 1st century AD, from this Mathura, there emerged an art school, Mathura School of Art, which went for carving the statues of Buddha. Can anyone of you can remember this information? Mathura. You have heard the names now. Madhura. Listen, friends. You are all very youngsters. You have ample time. So I'm giving you one important instruction to you. So in ancient India and medieval India, do remember, whenever some places I'm talking to you, their importance. So make points after finishing off your readings, after class and understanding, and after reading, take another notebook, take Madhura. So Madhura means this is the first information I am talking to, because already though in Buddhism, that was 1st century AD. Now Mahajanapadas means 6th century BC. And when compared to 1st century AD, 6th century BC is a pre-time. And that's why actually first references. That's why you take some place names, not all place names, some place names which are having very importance in Indian history, and take the chronology chronological points, chronological point. That means don't think otherwise. Now this day I am saying about Madura. Earlier I have said about Madura. So now you observe the time frame. That is first century AD, later you have right, and now the 6th century BC. Like that, if you have, whenever I say Madura, because listen cautiously, Madura's name we hear in ancient history up to 3 or 4 times or 4 or 5 times. Here itself I am saying how actually you have to Mathura, Uttar Pradesh. So think that 1 minute, listen. In this way, your preparation must be. In this way, your preparation must be. So think that you have finished up total history. Now you start working on ancient India. So now in this chapter, you have come across Madura. Then immediately, just you understand your idea how you should be. Madura was the capital of Suraseni Mahajanapada in 6th century BC. Later, just you have to say Madura was, of course, in later chapters they will say like this. Your idea should be, so in Mauryan times, Madura was one important trade center, and it was one important what I say junction. It was one important urban center in the international highway laid down by Chandragupta Maurya. When I come to Maurya, I will talk to next number 3. Just Madura was most important place for Madras School of Art in 1st century AD. Next, during the times of Guptas, Madura was most famous for production of one particular variety of a cloth called sataka or setaka, like this finish up. So like that your idea should be. This is the methodology for UPSC preparation. It is not academic like academics. And that's why I told you 2-3 times. My subject history is a link subject. It is not like other subjects. In other subjects, if you finish off one chapter, no need to link that chapter, and there is no link also with other chapters. It is not the case with the history, of course. History is a linked subject, ancient to medieval to modern, like that. That's why you have to follow on this methodology. Then whatever the question, how much remote are the question, you can tackle, because you have ample time. Because, dear friends, you are all youngsters, and you have ample time when compared with coaching people, because you know pretty well. So in regular coachings, what happened? They finish off their degree and they used to sit with us for 6 or 7 months only. But it's not the case. You have years together time, of course, and you have a wonderful library and wonderful campus if suppose regular classes are started. And you have wonderful campus and library. You can work on these themes, and nobody is going to stop in getting success. Getting me? What I'm saying, you are able to follow. The lines of these are this is called line of reading. For that, only one has to sit in coaching programs, and yours is academics from coaching program mixed, integrated with a wonderful time frame with you. Okay. So this is, so if I take you back to my, what I say, Madura, this particular Mahajanapada, Suraseni Mahajanapada, located in Uttar Pradesh and capital city, Madura. Then why this is important for UPSC, that my next discussion. So now keep the heading, Suraseni Mahajanapada, Suraseni. Keep the heading, Suraseni. Suraseni Mahajanapada. Suraseni Mahajanapada was located in Uttar Pradesh. Was located in Uttar Pradesh. Full stop. Uttar Pradesh. Full stop. Next. Okay. Uttar Pradesh. Full stop. Next. Its capital city was Mathura. Its capital city was Mathura. Full stop. So now I'm going to give you another instruction. Of course, you may follow or not, that is left to your choice. What is this actually? Tomorrow, think that is a question is given. What question? What was the capital of Suraseni Mahajanapada? And people will see the first option. In the first option itself, Madura will be there, but not with this spelling. Madhurai, Madurai will be there. And in examination tempo, most of the people will go for blackening the circle with first option. And in the evening after the exam is over, as usual, sharing the things with the friends in Twitters or Orkuts or Facebooks, paper easy. But question is from Uttar Pradesh. Your answer is from Tamil Nadu. So be cautious with nomenclature. Mathura in northern India is spelled as Mathura. Mathura. and South Indian is Madurai, Madurai, M-A-D-H, M-A-D-H. Of course, some Tamil books used to write it as Mathurai, M-A-T-H, but be cautious, be cautious. Such type of things also you have to take into consideration. Suppose some of you are thinking me and asking me that, though you are unable to ask me, sir, why means you are writing country's highest grade examination, and there's all India services examination. So you should have the proper understanding, and you should have your brain with a razor sharp intelligence. That's why civil services exam is a beautiful examination. It is not a difficult examination, different examination, friends, different examination, friends. This is the instruction. This is. And next, what is the other thing? Of course, this source any. Stay here for 1 minute, and have you anybody can reply me? That means raising your hands. We do we hear? Do we hear or have? Sorry, do you have an idea about one great man by name Vasudeva Krishna? Vasudeva Krishna. Have you heard his name in previous classes, Amma? Can anybody raise your hands? And then where you have heard, I will tell you Vasudeva Krishna. So now listen, Vasudeva Krishna. For the first time, we heard him in Upanishad, in Vedic literature. As a part of Vedic literature, you know pretty well, Chandogya Upanishad, part of Samaveda, has the first references of Vasudeva Krishna. Am I right? Am I right? Can you remember? Vasudeva Krishna. Can you remember? Okay, thank you. Next, second reference where we have in Jainism. Jainism has 24 Tirthankars. Among them, 22nd Tirthankar, Arishtanemi was a close relative of Vasudeva Krishna. There also we heard the name of Vasudeva Krishna. Am I right? Who is none but the most important character in Mahabharata. Mahabharata, such Vasudeva Krishna, hailed from Suraseni Mahajanapada. Suraseni Mahajanapada, direct question. Vasudeva Krishna belonged to, and Mahajanapada's names are given Suraseni, Suraseni. Listen, later we will take the sentences. Suraseni, Suraseni. And what about Madhura? What about Madhura? Don't think otherwise. Madhura is nothing but Krishna's birthplace. That is Brundavan. So Brundavan means not Brundavan Gardens near Mysore. I'm sorry, Brundavan means Krishna's birthplace, and there's Madhura, and you know pretty well, Rama Janmabhoomi is the first project of BJP. Don't think there is any BJP batch is there in this classroom. Rama Janmabhoomi is the first project of BJP. Krishna Janmabhoomi is the second project of BJP. Madhura. This is what actually when they are going to take up, we don't know. Once they are going to take up that project, then automatically Madhura and its backdrop information will be coming into questions. That you have to remember. Then what about Vasudeva Krishna? Other details are there. Before going to that, add this line. Vasudeva Krishna belonged to Suraseni Mahajanapada. Vasudeva Krishna belonged to Suraseni Mahajanapada. Full stop. Suraseni Mahajanapada. Full stop. So then what about Vasudeva Krishna? Just listen. Vasudeva Krishna is the man. Vasudeva Krishna was the man who was nothing to do with Vedic religion. Don't think otherwise. And don't get wondered or puzzled. Earlier itself, I said you, when I was in Vedic religion, whatever we got the information from our elders or Swamis is different. Studying religion in history is different, or historical study of religion is different. Vasudeva Krishna was nothing to do with Vedic religion. He has his own religion, he has his own philosophy. Listen cautiously. And that philosophy is known as Bhagavatism, of course. As Vasudeva Krishna hailed from Madhura. And this for his Bhagavatism, Madhura became the nodal center. That was a beautiful question, already 2 times asked question in UPSC prelims. Which among the following was the center or major center for Bhagavatism? And 4 names are given like Kasi, Madhura, Prayaga, and Srirangam, like that. Then your ultimate answer is Madhura, Bhagavatism. And maybe some of you are cautiously listening and seriously following me. Sir, now you said just earlier sporadically that actually Vasudeva Krishna was nothing to do with Vedic religion, sir. And now, no doubt, he is a very great god in Vedic religion, present day, and who is an incarnation of Vishnu, of course. And how he became incarnation of Vishnu? What is what is the philosophy of Bhagavatism? This is not now, of course. We discuss them in upcoming Guptas, the age of Guptas. Like that, you have the idea, ma. So here, as we are in this area, if you are asking a question, which is the headquarters for our major center for Bhagavatism means Krishna's Vinasami, that is Madhura, that is Surasena Mahajanapada, of course. Just to make a line about it. Vasudeva Krishna has preached Bhagavatism. Vasudeva Krishna has preached Bhagavatism. Full stop. Madhura was the major center. Madhura was the major center for Bhagavatism. Major center for Bhagavatism. Full stop, man. So keep in mind, this is one information. Now, what about other information? We discussed Jainism already. We discussed Buddhism. And you know, Madras School of Art, just now also I said you. These are 1st century AD Madras School of Art. In between the 6th century BC and 1st century AD, what happened means, in Madhura, Jainism also there. Jainism was also there. That's why what is the most important aspect means, Madhura emerged as one important center for 3 religions, where Bhagavatism, Jainism and Buddhism, rare credit in ancient Indian history, because if you take Kasi, that is associated with Saivism. You go for Srirangam or something, they are associated with Vaishnavism. And suppose you go with Sarnath and Gaya, they are associated with Buddhism. And if you see Sravana Belagula and other things we have discussed, they are associated with Jainism. But it's not the case with Madhura. Madhura in the different intervals of the time has this influence of 3 religions, Bhagavatism, Jainism, and Buddhism. Without saying all these things, a beautiful question is posed: which among the following was a major center for many religions in ancient India? And people can't understand who has this idea. They only can answer. Add that line. Before adding that line, don't think otherwise. As usual, I ask you, are you able to follow me? Are you following me? Thank you. Start writing. Madhura was a center of Jainism and Buddhism also. Full stop. So this is Suraseni. With this Suraseni, almost we have finished off 12 Mahajanapadas. So what are these 12 Mahajanapadas? Let myself count, because you can't answer me, na. Asmaka, Anga, Kasi, Kosala, Magadha, Avanti, Vatsa, Kuru, Panchala, Matsya, Chedi, Suraseni. Am I right? 12 Mahajanapadas we have a discussion na. Some of you have counted from yesterday to this day. Yes, am I right? 12 Mahajanapadas we have discussion na. Why I am asking you people to count? Stay here for 1 minute. It's the beauty of ancient India. You are writing civil services, ma. Please just give me patient here for 2 minutes. 16 Mahajanapadas total. Now don't take geographical areas, geographical indication. Geographical indication means 15 states in northern India, Uttarapada, 1 state in Dakshinapada or Deccan. Leave that. Now you see the other dimension. What is the other dimension? Out of 16 Mahajanapadas, up to this extent, whatever we have discussed, 12 Mahajanapadas, these are all monarchies. Monarchies means a monarch. Monarch means king, whether he is elected or selected, whatever you say. monarch, monarch. And sporadically, we have discussed about some names of kings also, like Bimbisara, his son Ajatashatru, Prasenajit of Kosala, and Chandaprachutana of Avanti, Udayana of Vatsa, Sisupala of Chedi, like that. So these are monarchies, monarchies. That means these states were ruled by kings. But listen cautiously, ma, the beauty of ancient India. Ma. What is the beauty? Rest of the four, after in 1612 are monarchies, rest of the four are called as Ganarajas. Listen, Ganarajas. Now stay here for 1 minute. Leave my subject history. Go to polity. Go to polity. Ganaraja means nothing but republics. Republics. You have an idea about republic, which is called as a republic, because in our constitution also we have written India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, like that. So that's why on January 26th, we celebrate Ganatantra Divas, of course, Republic Day we call. And what is Republic? What is the Republic? See the beauty. Republic means people used to elect their king, like today, how in indirect modality we are electing our rulers from different parties. And in those days, there were no parties. People used to elect their head or their ruler, of course, the beauty, of course. And for your information, this word republic was came into limelight or came into usage from modern times, that too from European history. And if I say, that is from French Revolution. Some of you people have heard French Revolution with me. Republic, France became Republic. This is what actually you have to understand, ma. That's why. What was the beauty? Why I'm saying like this? Tomorrow, if any good question is posed for you people, that will be in such a way. That how many Ganarajas or republics were existed in first territorial states, or what does Mahajanapadas means? This is a statical question, and you have to answer it with number four, of course. So that is the basic idea. Now, what are these four Ganarajas, and what was the nature of these Ganarajas? That is my next discussion. Start writing. Getting me? Thank you. Because in ancient India, sometimes there is a link between history and polity. Both are sister concern subjects, history and polity, sister concern subjects in concepts. Why sister concern? I'm using the word very simple. What is a polity? Polity means, don't think political thought. I am saying, not polity means you immediately you may be thinking constitution, whatnot. No, political thought. What is political thought? How state should be. That is discussed by different great political thinkers like Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, Aristotle. In medieval times, so many people. That is actually political thought. How state should be. That is how state should be. How people should be. And history, what history used to say, how state was in particular time, how people were under that state or in that state in that particular time. That is history. That's why how is polity and how it was is history. So that's why these two are sister concern subjects, ma. That is because humanities are interlinked subjects. Please start writing. Thank you. Start writing. The above discussed 12 Mahajanapadas, 12. The above discussed 12 Mahajanapadas were monarchies. Full stop. Were monarchies. Full stop. Next. Rest of the four were called as Ganarajas. Ganarajas are republics. Ganarajas are republics. Okay. Ganarajas are republics. So now what are these four republics? Listen. First is Vajji Ganaraja. Then don't get confused, ma. All are Mahajanapadas. All are first territorial states. Depending upon their nature, now we are in the discussion. So 12 are monarchies. These four are Ganarajas. All are first territorial states. If question is posed on them, Ganaraja name will be there. So first and foremost in this Vajji, Vajji, Vajji. And don't think otherwise. I say one thing, and would you mind answering me? Already you heard the name Vajji, Vajji, and where in Jainism, Vardhavana Mahavira belonged to Vajji Ganaraja or Vajji state or Vajji, I said you. Can you remember anybody? Can you remember anybody? Vardhamana Mahavira. On the day, I said you. He belonged to Jnantrika clan of Kshatriyas in Vajji, Vajji. Am I right? Okay, thank you. So, Vajji. And where was this Vajji geographical location? It was in present-day Bihar. Present-day Bihar, near Magadha. Near Magadha. That is northern parts of Bihar, northern parts of the Bihar. This Vajji Mahaganada was located. Then what is the beauty of this Vajji? That is another question. So now keep a small heading, Vajji Ganaraja or Vajji state, whatever according to you. Vajji Ganaraja. Vajji Ganaraja. Full stop. Now, sir, small heading. Next. Vajji Ganaraja. Vajji Ganaraja was located in present-day Bihar. Was located in present-day Bihar. That's right. So now give me a patient here. Very, very important. Like this in your questions. What about Vajji? Vajji is called a collective republic. Samyukta Ganarajya. Collective republic. What is collective republic? Listen, and after this listening, if you are able to understand, you will puzzle like anything. Say, what is Samyukta Ganarajya or collective republic? 9 different tribes has or races or clans has lived in Vajji Confederacy. Now I am using another word, Vajji Confederacy. And what is this actually? 9 tribes I am saying you. And 9 tribes means every tribe has their own small kingdom. They have their own capitals. But collectively they were coming under Vajji Ganaraja. Once again, I'm repeating, and I will give you another example for understanding from modern times. What I am saying, Vajji is a collective republic, Samyukta Ganaraja, with 9 tribes or 9 races in it. And what about these 9 races? Every race has its own kingdom and it has its own capital and head or king, whatever you call. But collectively, they were coming under just Vajji Confederacy or Vajji Republic. What is this concept? Leave Vajji for 1 minute and just you observe present day America, present day USA. What is USA? Have a good idea in polity. In USA, citizens will have 2 citizenships, their state citizenship and as well as their nation citizenship. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Every state is independent in most of the aspects. It has its own governor, whatnot. But collectively, all are called as Americans. That's the concept. Suppose some of you are thinking, sir, can't we apply this concept for India? No, India is different. Ours is unitary government, not federal government. And why I am saying like this? This unitary government, federal government, whatnot, everything are modern concepts. Now you see. That's why what is the question here? Which among the following are collective republics or Samyukta Ganarajas? Then you should be able to answer. Yes, Vajji, and later Malla, tomorrow we discuss Malla. And now what about Vajji? Suppose next level question is coming. Vajji is a confederacy of how many tribes or how many races? Then statistical data numbers are given. 9 races, of course, that is. And don't think, just listen and later you can take sentence. Among those 9 races, the most powerful was Jnantrika. From that Jnantrika clan only, Vardhamana Mahavira was born. You know pretty well Vardhamana's daddy, Matlab, his appa, the Siddhartha was king, of course, of Vajji. That's the idea you have. Start writing. Getting me? Start writing. Thank you. Start writing. Vajji was a confederacy. Vajji was a confederacy, because it's not conspiracy. Vajji was a confederacy of 9 tribes. Was a confederacy of 9 tribes. 9 tribes. Full stop. It was a collective republic. It was a collective republic. Full stop. Its capital city Its capital city, Vaishali. Its capital city. That means total in totem Vajji. Capital city is Vaishali. Bihar. Within the brackets, present Bihar. Vaishali. Vaishali. Okay. Capital city Vaishali. Then what is the most interesting aspect here? Just of course, Vardhaman Mahavira will give you the line, no problem. And just to go back to Buddhism, we have a discussion. You say after this discussion, yes or no? By raising your hands. The second Buddhist council or second Sanghiti was held in Vaishali under the patronage of Magadha king Kalashoka, in which first time a schism was occurred in Buddhism. Can you remember? Can you remember? Can you remember Vaishali second Sanghiti? And now my question, if you can understand the concepts like this, you don't have any confusion. Why Mr. Sisunaga, why this Mr. Kalashoka has conducted a second Sangeeti in Vaishali? Indirectly, it gives you the wonderful information that Magadha King Kalashoka has attacked this Vajji confederacy and annexed Vajji confederacy into Magadha Kingdom. Already yesterday, in other discussion, we noticed that Magadha King Bimbisara has annexed Anga. Magadha King Ajatashatru has annexed Kasi Kosala. And we are in the discussion that the same Magadha King Kalashoka has annexed Vajji. That's why tomorrow in matching passing, name of the king and which area was annexed. Then you should be able to match them. Make a point. Vardhamana Mahavira belonged to Vardhaman Mahavira belonged to Vajji confederacy. Belonged to Vajji confederacy or Ganaraja, whatever. Belonged to Vajji confederacy. Next, Magadha King, M-A-G-A-D-H-A, Magadha King Kalashoka has annexed A-N-N-E-X-E-D, annexed Vajji. That's it. Magadha King Kalashoka has annexed Vajji. So this is about Vajji, Ganaraja, and after Vajji, do remember we have to proceed to next of the republics, and that is tomorrow, because I requested the institute that this day not up to 1:30, 1 o'clock, because I have to rush for vaccination, and that's why. So that means stop here for this day. Tomorrow, as usual, we will meet and we will go for the rest of the discussions. Thank you, one and all the best, one and all. Work well, be safe, stay safe. Thank you.